Boxing fans, Chris Roberts here, Lamon Brewster. Lamon,
Lamon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all good. No, it's all good.
Reflected back on your career, man, it's been a pretty memorable one. Like, what are some of your best memories, from your time in boxing?
Oh man, I got like so many of them. Definitely winning the world title, man.
Yeah.
Winning the world title was like something that was very dear to my heart. Breaking a world record for the fastest knockout in heavyweight history, that means a whole lot to me, especially coming off of a brute like Andrew Golota, who, as you know, he gave Riddick Bowe so much trouble. So when I was a kid watching Riddick Bowe and Andrew Golota, I never thought I'd be fighting this big monster one day, and just to go in there and destroy him the way I did, that really meant a lot, meeting Don King, you heard all these stories about him, meeting Bob Arum. All these are great people, man. Oscar De La Hoya, James Toney, Fontel Griffin, Julio Cesar Chavez, my idol, I mean, just all these guys were my idols, man. Sugar Ray Leonard. So to be able to meet those guys when I was at home watching television as a kid, watching these guys on the television, and my father and all his friends when I was just, Larry Holmes is like, man, here I am with these guys, and they know who I am. That means a lot to me.
And when you upset Wladimir Klitschko, in that fight, it looked like he had you a little bit of trouble early, but you kind of dug down deep and pulled out that knockout. Like, I mean, what was that like, just having to dig down and pull that victory out?
You know what, man? I keep telling people, for people who don't know, my whole plan was not to fight Wladimir hard early. My whole plan was to keep pressure on him.
Yeah.
Not to go in there and try to win any rounds, but to get him past the fifth round. Fifth, sixth round, because if you watch all his fights, he'd always be winded after that, but he's so much bigger and stronger than everybody else that he was able to pretty much destroy guys before they got there. So my thing was train myself to endure that, and I did, and I was successful in the fight because, to be honest with you, I didn't even plan on start fighting hard until the sixth round, but once I saw that I had hurt him in the fifth, I said, well, let me go on and try to get him out of there, so that's what I did.
What keeps you busy in boxing today? I saw you working with the Mitts, the fighter. I mean, are you still have the love for the game?
Oh, absolutely, man. This is a sport that kept me out the ghetto. It kept me out of the gangs. It kept me away from the drugs. It's allowed me to do things that I've never dreamed of and meet people that I never dreamed of meeting. I helped senators and governors and presidents run for election, and coming from Indianapolis, Indiana, from absolutely nothing, not having role models except drug dealers, I am very blessed. I'm very thankful.
Gotcha. What do you look at today's sport? Like, how has boxing changed over the years?
I think that there's too much water in the Kool-Aid. It's like you fill up a pitcher and you're supposed to put in 2 cups of sugar with the Kool-Aid, and it's supposed to be sweet as can be. Yeah. But I think they just got a little too much water in it. And I say that because today the trainers, in my opinion, not the fighters, it's the trainers. The trainers are more focused on how much money they can make. They're looking for that Manny Pacquiao, that Floyd Mayweather, as opposed to building the guy from the ground up. But the problem is a lot of the trainers have not paid attention to what the old trainers actually were teaching them, and they took it and ran with it with their own perception of it, and they forgot that it's a science. They forgot that it's an art. So I think that until we get back to that time where it wasn't all about the money, it was about the love, the honor, and the glory. When your father or my father or any of our fathers used to watch boxing, it was not because of how much money a guy was going to make, not the outfit he was wearing into the ring, not how he tried to bully people before the fight start. It was all about what he did when he got in the ring. But these guys nowadays, they know good and well, even if they lose, they got a guaranteed 6, 7 figured fund, so it's like, if I know I got $1 million and this guy's kicking my butt, well, I'll just do enough just not to get knocked out. And whenever you do that, I say that's too much water in the Kool-Aid, man. We got to get back to the hunger. I think that what they need to do is make some rules, make some changes in boxing that is going to benefit not just the fans, but the fighters too, give them more incentives to want to fight.